charging today. Good morning, girl. Is there no silverware? Okay. Hold on. I gotta go get silverware. Talk to each other. Hold on. Oh, wait a second. This is how we should do it. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, there it is. I'm like Mr. Rogers. This is the first time we did an entrance. What? I know. It's a remote start. Good morning. Good morning. I did. I had to go get some. Girl, you are never going to guess where we are. I found... It's a crepe place. It has gluten-free crepes. We're going to come here tomorrow. And we're going to get... So today I got a savory crepe and they have hash browns. Girl. Girl. Shut up. Mm-hmm. So good. Best day ever. Need some salt. I don't care. Girl. I don't care what happens the rest of the day. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Girl. It's called Old Town Crepes. This is... Girl, I would have been here at 5 o'clock this morning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Karen, I love all your 7 names. I know. No more cardboard bread. All right. It's a great day. Last night at the club. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Last night, small crowd. Lovely. But there is like a 15-year-old in the audience. And I was like, why are you here? Why would your mom and dad bring you to this? So now I'm like, listen, you're going to learn a lot tonight. You're going to learn. Mm-hmm. No ketchup. It doesn't even need it. It's like a little bit of cheese. I think his name is Andrew, but I couldn't remember that last night. Mm-hmm. So just call him Adam. I think most of the show, not on purpose, but because I didn't care. He's not my kid. He's not even supposed to be there. And so every time I started calling him Adam, people are going, his name is Andrew. I'm like, I'm not taking attendance. I don't give a shit what his name is. Why is he here? Why is he here? And I was like, this is a poor decision on your parents' part, but you're going to learn some stuff. So Adam and I had a great night. And then there's these 2 old guys. And it doesn't matter what I ask one of them. He trying to do his own comedy routine. He's up here. He was like, just not. I was like, hey, where are you guys from? He's like, well, you'd want to know. And I was like, I don't. Yeah, it's called The Education of Adam. The night Adam learned about what a woman is. So, so these 2 old guys, I'm trying to talk to them, and you can't. They're like so old, you can't be mean to them. They're like unmeanable, because at a certain age, like, you can make fun of an old dude up until a certain point, and then it's just mean. And they were past mean age, and they were just into like adorable old man age. So I was like, all right, let me talk to the other one. because he looks like he can't hear and he should just be happy he's out. And then he came with jokes, and I was like, this is too much. And I said at one point, I was like, you two are literally like, yeah, the guy on the Muppets, LaFive. Seriously. Literally the Muppets. I was like, you seriously are those two guys up in the little, The old men will get you. They will get you. Okay. Girl, that was so good. So good. I'm gonna tell you something. This food was not cheap. And Jason was like, "How much are you paying for breakfast?" I go, "I'll pay $1 million for this breakfast." I'm so hungry. Are you homeless? Essentially, I am. That's their name, Kathy? Statler and Waldorf? So good. So good. So good. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, are you ready for this? I have such high expectations for this. I know, I never knew they had names. Waldorf and somebody. Shut up, it's so hard. Okay, curly top. This is a crepe from Old Town Crepes in Myrtle Beach, which might now be my new favorite. Shut up. Look at this. Wow, look, other people know it. It doesn't go well with a Diet Pepsi, Shakendra. In fact, there's a sign that says we do not serve Diet Pepsi. It's really weird. I like crepes with fruit or Nutella. You're not wrong. And that's what we'll come back tomorrow to get. Yeah. It's yummy. It's yummy. All right. There's a lot of things that happened in the chat here. Anyway, so last night we did the show. My friend, the very funny Joe Starr, another funny comedian, he came to the show last night, and then we just hung out drinking bourbon and chatting until the wee hours of the morning. It was like a cool, but it was me, Joe, and Matt White sitting at this table, all just talking about stand-up and this and that. Now, I don't know if you know, but sitting around a table of comedians might be one of the most fun things to do, because everybody at the table is a professional talker and they're funny. And those are my two favorite things. And so we're sitting at this table and we are just going like story for story. I'm like, oh, shut up. And then and Matt is just sitting there just like this. Boom, 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 boom. And we were like, we need to stop. Matt, it's your turn. He was like, what are you talking about? We're like, it's your turn. You got it. Yeah, no one can get an edge. So we were like, we're going to take turns. We're gonna go around the table. So now we're going around the table, story for story. But apparently one of us keeps interrupting other people's stories and just continues their story. So the two, and I was like, that's not what I'm doing, okay? That's just how girls talk. Because you said something, but my something is probably funnier, so I'll just put it in your story. And the two of them just stared at me. I don't think you guys know how this goes. I mean, think about it. If you're sitting at the table with two guys, what are they gonna say? 4 words normally? So like, I'm used to like picking up the pieces, but I keep forgetting there's other comments at the table. They did try to have me removed from the table, Katie. But you know, they got to be like real deadpan rude about it. So I finished what I thought was a great story. And then Joe was like, is that story done now? And I was like, really? That's what you want to say? Then we just went around the table and just did old school street jokes. Which I only have 2. And I can't tell you here because it's like a one-on-one. Like you tell somebody a street joke, it's like in a corner at like a party. And you're like, let me tell you this joke. Because they're dirty. So I was like, you guys are just mad because my stories are the best. But Joe's and Matt's stories were good. But yeah, somebody just kept interrupting. So I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird dynamic. This is good. I'm not going to take a bite. I wish it was like a little crispier. You know what I'm saying? We'll come back tomorrow. Maybe we'll come back for lunch and then dinner and then tomorrow. And just try. I'm almost full, Mr. Timball. I feel like they should have like a quarter crepe option. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm over here shoving this in my mouth. You see this lady? There's literally a gym. There's Crepe Place, and then there's a gym. I don't think it's ironic that they're next to each other. I'm going to tell you something. I have not seen one person walk from the Crepe Place to the gym or vice versa. I think you got to choose. I think this is in life where, you know, there's like 2 paths laid out in front of you. And you have to like make a choice who you want to be. Do you want to be Crepe Lady? Or do you want to be the lady that thinks about what she does to her body? And today I'm Crepe Lady. All week. Maybe I'm Crepe Lady. What are we doing? Why are we going to put a time limit? I'm Crepe Lady. They're on to something. Curly top. I said my roof is getting replaced. $30,000 worth of damage fixed from a storm on March 25th. Woohoo! I'm glad they covered that. What are these happy faces in the corner? Do you guys see them? It's like the lottery. Oh, I see hearts too. This is called the Tourist. It's cheese, egg, and bacon bits. Now, as soon as I say it, somebody gotta come out of the gym in their tight pants. Whatever. It's really good. Did you ever like, other than she got a tennis skirt on? I mean, really? I mean, this feels wrong. This feels wrong. Nobody's rolled out of the Crepe Place yet. It's just a whole bunch of people with high levels of energy and tiny clothes. Here comes another one. I know. Overachievers. Rude. Anyway. You need to turn your car in the other direction. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. All right, that was a solid breakfast. All right. I don't know who here needed to see a crepe this morning to be like, I'm gonna find myself a crepe place today. It's crepe day. Totally worth it. And you know what tomorrow is? Crepe day. But it's gonna be like Nutella strawberry crepe day tomorrow. I was up and tried Zoom, but it was the wrong day and time. Too early for me. Oh my gosh, my friend made us blueberry crepes for breakfast. They were amazing. Yeah, you definitely want a crepe. I'm doing my first 5K this Saturday. Today's my daughter's birthday, youngest of 4 and only girl. Yeah. Does anybody want to take a nap? I feel like, Yeah. Oh, Katrina, my husband makes lemon curd, blueberry cream cheese crepes that are fantastic. Wow. Oh, Judy, she's coming in with capital letters. Judy, we are in a dirty parking lot of a crepe place in Myrtle Beach. And I just ate the most fantastic. Listen, the crepes in Quebec. If you are headed to Canada, I know where you should eat breakfast. It was fantastic. I still have dreams about it. So how's the comedian life? Well, let me tell you. I spent 10 hours writing yesterday, and then about 7 hours in, I realized I wrote everything wrong. And I start over again. And that was a hard time. But I do think it helped me the second time around to do it right. And then this morning, I got up at 5 and banged it out. No pun intended. And got all 47 chapters finished. Yeah, it was not even better being washed down by a diet Pepsi. Your Pepsi? Is poutine actually good, or is it all hyped? I don't feel like I can answer that because I don't eat poutine. But maybe other people that were on the trip. I did not go to Soma. I did think about giving myself some new underwears. It's just like a birthday underwear. But I just thought, well, since I didn't actually do my homework yet, I did not go to Soma, but maybe I will. I have come up with jokes in my sleep, Mr. Tenball. And then, I don't know, do you know there was actually an episode in Seinfeld that talked about like this funny thing and that you're supposed to write it down. But it's never funny when you actually wake up in the morning. You can write it down, but it'll just be gibberish and it won't make any sense and it won't be funny at all. Listen, I don't even know the thing I think of when I'm conscious are funny, so I highly doubt they're funny when I'm sleeping. So, yeah. So today I gotta write again and put these 47 chapters into this book proposal. And so I was telling Brooke, I was like, yeah, I have this book proposal and it's due tonight at midnight. And she's like, okay, and then you're gonna let me read the book. And I go, well, it's not a book. It's like summaries of the chapters. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, it's got this and a marketing plan and a bio and a this and a keynote. I said, it's like a giant book report on your book. And she was like, oh, yeah, that doesn't sound fun to write. I'm like, it's not. It is not. um, but it was funny because I was using AI a lot. Raise your hand if you use AI like pretty often. It's like, I highly doubt there's a lot of people, because my answer would not have been yes until yesterday around 3 o'clock when I had to actually get a subscription, because I don't know if you know this, but you can use like Chat GPT, there's Claude. Um, you can use them free with a free account. But Madeline, you should try it. You know, it'd be interesting, Madeline, is if you write a poem, and you can do it for free. You just have to make an account, but they're free accounts. So if you either use Claude or just Chat GPT, I used both yesterday, and I prefer Chat GPT. Take one of your poems, copy it, put it into Chat GPT, and say, rewrite this poem, and it'll just kick something out. And then you can literally say, rewrite this poem in the vein of Morgan Freeman. Or you could say, rewrite this poem but make it funny. Or you literally, so like I'd put my chapter in. Yeah, and I bet it was beautiful. Oh, you like Gemini. Missy says Gemini. But it times out. So if you have a free account, it will let you use it, but only for a certain amount of time. And so a couple times it would say, you've used all your free time. You'll be able to use it again at 10 o'clock tonight. So it gives you a certain amount of time and a certain amount of like outputs. And then it's like, no more, you're done. Okay, so Judy said, I avoid it like the plague. When I write to someone, I want it to be my words and not the words of some computers. Here's what's interesting, Judy, is that because of the massive, it was 47 chapters that I needed to do fairly quickly. And that because they're my original words, I was like, this is my original work. So I don't feel bad having it summarize my words, but it was, are all these bitches running? They just came out of the gym, and now they're gonna run around my car. They're like, let's go piss the lady with the crepe off. They're all running. What? They did. They all just came out here and ran. They're like, oh, let's get her good. Let's go run around the parking lot. I got something I want to say when they come by again. I'll be like, you need to get back in that. But they did. This is, I think it's like a training center of some kind. It's not a real gym. Anyway. Yeah, they're all chanting, no crepes, no crepes. Kitty's on fire today. So anyway, so I put my original chapters, like a full chapter in, and I would say, give me one paragraph, first person, present tense, memoir style, and it would kick something out. But what was interesting is that sometimes it would be spot on, and I'd be like, done, cut and paste, right? Other times I was like, no. So I'd say, do it again, but make it shorter. Or do it again and lean into more raw emotion, less comedy. Or do it again, make it more comedic. It was super interesting, and I mean, instantaneous. Instantaneous. I use Chat GPT all the time to reply to parents' emails so I don't get fired for what I really want to say. Oh, that's good. I'm just saying, this was the most intense use of AI I've ever done. And I definitely had to like play with it. Yeah, if you aren't using AI, you will be behind. It is very interesting. Just like and then it was funny because it would say, do you want it to be more raw emotion or do you want it to be more comedic? And I just say raw emotion, and da da da. So it was just like trying to cut the chase. I'm not going to write full sentences, right? Because it's not a person. And so I was just like raw emotion, more comedic, try it again. And then I realized that not one time did I say please. And not one time did I say, really nice job. You did it. So I started complimenting it. It did not respond. Not one time did it say thank you. Um, yeah. Okay, Marissa Tomei's better looking sister. I'll take it. I think she's beautiful. I don't know how you could be prettier than Marissa Tomei. So it was very interesting, um, kind of going through the process, and using it as much as I did. Lots of free prompt courses that help. I was going to say, to me, I think it's, don't use compliments. It messes them up. I'm sure it does. To me, it was interesting, just like things that I was like, I don't think. And then here's what's so funny is that it would give me a synopsis of my words, right? But I'd say lean into the funny parts, and it would give it back to me, and then it would add comedy to it, but not my words. Like, I was like, pick up more of the comedic parts of what I wrote. It didn't do that. It just started writing its own jokes, and I was like, no, go back two versions. And no, it did understand lean into. There's a couple of chapters where it's like maybe two different stories in a chapter, like we start in the morning and then there's like a story at night, or it might be like a certain time when my life is falling apart. So there might be three stories that are of like life falling apart, but not necessarily connected. And so, Chad's like, today's Thursday. We done with this book? Oh, I have until midnight, Chad. Don't rush me. It would give me a chapter summary of the first story, but maybe not the other two in the same chapter. So it gave you like a full paragraph on the first part. And then I wrote, where's the rest of it? And it was like, oh, sorry. And then it gave me, and I was like, okay, but now but it gave me another full paragraph. I go, you got to put these together. It was very interesting. But it's like super smart, but it's only going to give you exactly what you ask it for. So like, it would be interesting to learn ways to ask it for things, but it just felt like, it was like talking to a very intelligent child. Like, this is exactly what I want you to do. And then give it back to me smarter than what I put in, if that makes sense. Yeah, it is like a cool assistant you have to buy coffee for. See, you took all that time to go back and get it to do what you wanted. How does it save time? Because I think that it was a me problem. I wasn't asking it correctly. Like, I haven't used AI, so I had to really train myself. So by the time I got to like the 18th one, I was like, okay, now I know how to ask it, right? Because at the beginning I just said, give me a one paragraph summary, and it did. But then I didn't say in first person, so I had to go back. And I was like, give me a one paragraph summary in first person. And then it did. And then I realized it was writing them in past tense, and I was like, ugh. So to go back, and I was like, give me one paragraph, first person, present tense. So then I did that for a while, and it was giving them to me. But then I was like, had to play with the style a bit. And then it took me a minute to realize that, it was user error. It wasn't it. And so it was like really about learning, how does this work and how do I need to ask it? So then so on all of them, I started saying, give this to me, one paragraph, first person, present tense, memoir style. And it started like kicking out like exactly what I was looking for. Now, I signed up for my own account, and it's a private account now. So like, no one else can see especially if you're writing, you don't want to put like your writing out into the universe, into the AI. I mean, maybe it is, I don't know. But I'm under the impression this is now my private account. And it keeps track of all of the searches you do. So I kept these searches in the same chat feed. So I can go back to this chat anytime I want to see all the things that I did. And then Jason said, I wonder, if you can go back, like once I put enough in, if you can go back and say, do this in the style of Dena Blizzard, it would be interesting to see, right? So I got better at asking it what I wanted. But then I definitely kind of went in and fine-tuned. But I definitely, by the time I was like, I feel like if I had another year to write 47 chapter summaries, I probably would have landed something close to this, you know? I truly think they should ban it. Listen, Sandra, I think it's great for writing a book. Is it great for everything else we got going on? I don't know. Are the robots going to take over the world? I don't disagree. There's something shady going to happen. You know what I always think? iRobot. Who knows that movie? Tell me, Mom. iRobot. Yeah. You want to freak yourself out? Mm-hmm. Just if it is, the problem becomes when people use it to write everything. Oh, yeah. Not really writing, it's a machine. Well, I didn't use any AI to write the book. You know, this was just for the summaries of the book. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe there are people. I would never, listen, just based on the fact, even in the summaries, and it said, do you want this more comedic? I thought it meant it was going to pick up my own comedy and lean into that in the summary. Oh no, it started writing its own jokes, and so I was like, oh, this is bad, and they weren't good jokes. I was like, you know what I got out of the whole day, the whole morning? I was like, my job is secure, because these are the worst jokes I've ever heard. So I was like, yeah, take this out, take this out. I was like, I have job security. Okay. Now, you know, they're saying AI is going to take over this job. AI is going to take over that job. I was like, comedians, we're fine. Unless you like crappy humor, which might be. So, yeah, no, I would never do that, because then I'd be like, why are you reading this? You could just give me a book about a lady who's super depressed about her divorce. It would be interesting to see what it wrote. But, yeah, no, it was funny. So anyway, all right, well, listen, I gotta go. Prepare even in the Peter, and then it's so questionable. Oh, interesting. Oh, maybe I'll go play with it a little bit. I think today was the day. I was like, I like this thing. This AI is doing other people's work. Oh, wonderful. It's good to know the day that I put everything in. Well, don't go. I just got here. Sarah B, you gotta get here on time. You gotta show up, girl. She's like, listen, I just got to work. Let's hope so. Let's hope I'm funnier. All right. I'm gonna go. Guess I'm gonna go do something. Going to be left since the chance to become slim. Yeah. There are books being sold that are AI generated. Wow. And AI coloring books. Can anybody how hard is it to make a coloring book? See, and now I'm gonna make a coloring book. I say stuff like that, and then I'm like, why should I write a coloring book? I'm not gonna write a coloring book. Right, draw. All right, I gotta go. I don't need more projects. Yeah, so the countdown begins. I'm gonna try not to upload it at 11:59. I'm gonna try to work on it today, and just get it off the plate. Just so you know, this is just the next step. It feels like it should be bigger, but it's really just a book report on my book. So we'll see. Anyway, all right, everybody. Well, thanks. Someone coming around the parking lot again. She was like, no crepes, no crepes. It's happening. She's like, let me make a loop. You're gonna see her. She's gonna walk by in a minute. She got to do the loop. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. As always, we'll be in this exact spot tomorrow, but with a sweet crepe. Just because we gotta check it before we leave. And yeah, have a great day, blessed day, all the things. And yeah, I'll see you.